It's time to play America's greatest game show. The greatest because it's the game that you, the viewer, play at home on your telephone. It's the Great American Telephone Trivia Game. Now, here's your host, Art Fleming.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, and hello. Welcome to the Great American Telephone Trivia Game. It's the game where our studio contestants play and win fabulous prizes based on their knowledge of trivia. And the game where you, the viewer, play and win cash at home by calling this number and answering questions using your push-button phone. Now, during this half hour, we'll be playing our studio game between two contestants. They'll be answering the same or similar questions to the ones you'll get when you call this number. Now, if you know the answers to the questions you see here, it's likely you'll be able to answer the questions on the phone. Ready to go? Let's meet today's contestants.
Art, our first contestant, is a car salesman from Phoenix, Arizona. Here's Greg Axelrod.
Welcome to the show, Greg.
Hi, Art. Nice to meet you.
Where are you from originally?
I'm originally from New Jersey.
Why'd you make the move west?
For the weather.
For the weather.
For the
Has
weather.
it been exactly what you thought it was going to be?
Actually, it's been a lot nicer than I thought it would be.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm in the car business. I'm a salesman.
Used or new?
A little bit of both.
Would you trust this man? Would you buy a car from this man? Yes, yeah. Well, good. Now, what category did you select, Greg?
Art, I've chosen sports.
Why sports?
Well, besides cars, that's probably the most subject I know the best of.
Do you ever play? Are you involved professionally or
Not professionally, but I play volleyball and football all the time.
Nice to have you here. Good
Thanks,
luck, Greg.
Art. Thank you.
Good. Now, let's meet our second contestant.
Our second contestant is an office manager from Des Moines, Iowa. Let's meet Renee Montrachet.
Nice to meet you.
Where's your home originally?
Des Moines, Iowa.
You notice I'm holding your hand, but I didn't hold Greg's
Well,
like
that's
this.
good.
When did you make the move from Des Moines here?
Oh, I made it a few years ago, a few years back.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm an office manager.
And what specifically are some of the duties of an office manager?
I keep the boss in line.
Oh, good. You heard it first here. All right, what category did you choose?
I have selected movie and TV trivia
And why that?
because I can beat all my friends and my boyfriend at it every time I play.
Good for you. Good luck. All right,
Thank
movie and
you.
TV trivia. Well, I hope you both do well in your categories. And here's a reminder for you viewers at home. When you call this number, you can select your favorite category. Either movies and TV or sports, just like our studio contestants have. Unlike most trivia games, here you pick the category that you know most about. Just call this number. Answer 9 questions correctly using your push-button phone, and you win $100. The charge to your phone is $1.95 a minute. Now, before we start the game, let's find out what today's winning studio contestant will receive.
A Zenith Color TV. It's the center tune with remote control, on-screen programming, and sleep timer, all in contemporary styling. You can watch your favorite TV programs on this, or watch the TV programs you produce yourself with this JVC camcorder. Compact and convenient, you can take it anywhere and record the highlights of your life in beautiful color and high-fidelity sound. It's the state of the art. And why not take it with you on your fabulous vacation to the fun capital of the world, Las Vegas? Our winner today will be flown to Las Vegas via Southwest Airlines, and with a companion will enjoy a 4-day and 3-night stay at the fabulous Riviera Hotel, where they'll pick the show they want to see in one of their many showrooms. And that's not all. To top off your visit here, today's winner will receive a $1,000 U.S. savings bond. There it is, the complete prize package that will be won today by our top studio contestant in the Great American Telephone Trivia Game.
Okay, contestants, here we go. Now, the game is very simple. You see, we play 2 rounds of alternating questions in your chosen category, plus a final trivia question. In the first round, the correct answers are worth 10 points each. In the second round, there'll be 20 points, but I'll explain that as we go along. The highest score at the end of the game wins all the prizes. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, let's begin and smile. Give the impression you're having fun. And Renee, we'll start with you because you chose movie and TV, and you are a lovely contestant. Here it is.
Thank you.
Cheers is the name of the bar depicted in the hit NBC comedy series of the same name. In what northeastern city is Cheers located? 1, New York. 2, Boston. 3, Philadelphia. 4, Hartford.
Art, that's one of my favorite cities, Boston.
Boston, good. Well done. You got 10 points. Now, sports, Greg. Babe Ruth may have been the greatest baseball player in the history of the sport. Only one man hit more career home runs than the Babe. Who was he? 1, Roger Maris. 2, Mickey Mantle. 3, Reggie Jackson. Or 4, Hank Aaron.
Well, all right, that's an easy one. That's Henry Aaron.
All right, good for you. You're right. 10 points is yours. Back to Renee. This actress was known for her roles as the wholesome girl next door type. She starred in such hits as Pillow Talk and That Touch of Mink. Who was this box office favorite? Audrey Hepburn 1, Connie Stevens 2, Tuesday Weld 3, or Doris Day 4?
It's one of my freckled friends, Doris Day.
How did you know she has freckles? You're right. Good for you. 10 points. Now sports again with Greg. When it comes to sheer numbers, Fran Tarkenton holds nearly all NFL career passing marks. Part of his career was with the New York Giants, but most was with another team. What is the other team? Miami Dolphins, Pittsburgh Steelers, 3, Minnesota Vikings, or 4, Houston Oilers?
Well, Art, Fran Tarkenton is my all-time favorite quarterback, so that's the Minnesota Vikings.
Good for you. Everybody loves whatever they're doing here. Great. Now you both have 20 points apiece, so we go back to Renee. Barney Miller, the story about a group of New York City police detectives, ran for 8 seasons on ABC. Who played Barney Miller? Was it Hal Linden, Abe Vigoda, Gabe Kaplan, or Larry Hagman?
I believe that was Hal Linden.
Hal Linden is right. Good belief you have. And another 10 points. That gives you 30. Oh, we're having a good game here. A close one. Sports again for you, Greg. Earl Monroe was an all-star guard with both the Bullets and the Knicks. What was the nickname of this high-scoring NBA star? Was it 1, the Twirl, 2, the Pearl, 3, Spaceman, or 4, Swisheroo?
Well, Art, being from New York and the Knicks are my favorite basketball team, that's Earl the Pearl.
You had better know that coming
That's
from
right.
New York. You are right, the Pearl. 30 points you have. Now, for you folks watching at home, why not get in on the fun yourselves? All you have to do is call this number, pick your favorite trivia category, answer 9 questions correctly with your push-button phone, and win $100 cash. It'll cost you $1.95 a minute. But now let's continue with our next question, and Renee, movie and TV again. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation was the biggest Christmas success of 1989. This male star, previously of Saturday Night Live, also appeared in many other films such as Foul Play. Who is he? 1, John Belushi, 2, Dan Aykroyd, 3, Eddie Murphy, or 4, Chevy Chase?
Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase is right. Good. Another 10 points for you. You have 40. And back to the world of sports we go, Greg.
All right.
In 1977, Reggie Jackson performed the monumental feat of hitting 3 home runs in a World Series game. Where did this take place? Dodger Stadium, which is 1, Yankee Stadium 2, 3, Candlestick Park, or 4, Busch Stadium?
Oh, again, being from New York, it was Yankee Stadium.
Yankee Stadium. Nobody's given up. They're all correct so far. 40 points apiece. Renee, movie and TV. Kojak, played by Telly Savalas, was a tough New York cop who sucked on lollipops and made a certain saying famous. What was this famous line? Was it, "And away we go"? 2, "Thanks for the memories"? 3, "Who loves you, baby"? Or 4, "Give me a break, pal"?
Who loves you, baby?
That is right. Good for you. Well done. All right, you have 50. Now for sports again. O.J. Simpson had a brilliant career with the Buffalo Bills in the NFL. In college, though, he won the Heisman Trophy. What school did he attend? 1, UCLA, 2, Southern California, 3, Stanford, or 4, Penn State?
All right, that's the University of Southern California.
That's right. Good. Okay, you are correct. Well, they each have 50 points. Don't you see that they deserve a round of applause? Good. Fine. 50 apiece. Let's continue now. Renee, movie and TV. Platoon was an acclaimed war film that was decidedly anti-war and went on to win the Academy Award for the Best Picture of the Year. What war was the film about? World War I, World War II, the Korean War, or the Vietnamese War?
The Vietnamese War.
That is right. 4, you are correct. You have 10 points. Now for sports again. The Boston Celtics are one of the premier franchises in all of sports. This NBA team has won more titles than any other team. What colors have the Celtics made famous? 1, orange and maroon. 2, red and white. 3, green and white. Or 4, blue and white.
That's green and white.
Green and white is right. Number 3, correct. You have 60. Say, how are you viewers at home doing with these questions? As good as our studio contestants here? Well, if you are, you ought to call this number now and play our telephone game. The questions are the same or similar to the ones here in the studio. Answer 9 correctly with your push-button phone, and you win $100. Now, let's see how you'll do with this question, Renee. When the Andy Griffith Show left the air, it was replaced by another show set in the same city. What was the name of this continuation series? 1, Green Acres. 2, Gomer Pyle, USMC. 3, The Don Knotts Show. Or 4, Mayberry, RFD.
It's Mayberry RFD.
That is right. Good for you. 10 more points. You have 70. Sports, Greg. The Los Angeles Dodgers played in the World Series 4 times from 1977 to 1988. They won 2 and lost 2. Who was their manager? Was it 1, Tommy Lasorda, 2, Charlie Dressen, 3, Leo DeRocher, or 4, Whitey Herzog?
That's Tommy Lasorda.
Tommy Lasorda is right. You have 70. You know, my friends, when you call this number and play our game with your push-button phone, you can select your favorite category, just like our studio contestants did. Now, you choose from either movie and TV trivia or sports. But let's face it, we'll all do better and have more fun in the trivia category you know most about. So call now, answer questions correctly with your push-button phone, and win $100. It costs $1.95 a minute. Well, now, here is the next question, Renee. One of the stars of the hit show L.A. Law was formerly a member of the cast of the sitcom The Partridge Family. Who is this former child star? 1, Jill Eikenberry. 2, Harry Hamlin. 3, Michelle Green. Or 4, Susan Day.
It's the beautiful Susan Day.
That's right. Good for you. Another 10 points. That gives you an even 100 at this stage. And now for Greg and his sports. Mark Belanger played 18 seasons in the majors and won 8 Gold Glove awards. At what position did he win the Gold Gloves? 1, first base. 2, second base. 3, shortstop. Or 4, third base.
Mark Belanger plays the position I used to play, shortstop.
Shortstop. Why did you give it up? Age creeping up on all of us.
Oh, just a little bit.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, movies and TV, Renee. Purple Rain was a somewhat autobiographical picture about a Midwestern musical star. Who was this one-name performer? Was it Prince, Fabian, Sting, or Liberace?
It was Prince.
Prince is right. Good for you. You have 110. Sports again, Greg. This former defensive lineman for the Los Angeles Rams became a successful actor and sportscaster. Recently, he switched from NBC to CBS. Who is he? Merlin Olsen, Pat Summerall, John Madden, or Mike Warren?
It's Merlin Olsen.
Merlin, good. The one and only Merlin. Well, we have not had an incorrect answer so far. You both are with 110 points. And Renee, David Jansen starred in a show where he was falsely accused of murdering his wife. What was the name of this popular, exciting drama? Was it Run for Your Life, 2, Pursuit of Justice, 3, Falsely Accused, or 4, The Fugitive?
My dad used to let me stay up and watch The Fugitive.
Good, you are right, The Fugitive. 120 points. And this is the final sports question in this first round. This dapper dresser led the Detroit Pistons to 2 consecutive NBA titles in the last 2 years. Who's the coach of Detroit's Bad Boys? 1, Pat Riley. 2, Jack Ramsey. 3, Casey Jones. Or 4, Chuck Daly.
All right, that's Chuck Daly.
Chuck Daly is right, and we have a tie as we complete round number 1 with the score 120 Renee, 120 Greg. We'll be back with round 2 in just a few moments, but first here's information on how you can play the Great American Telephone Trivia Game right now in your home.
Playing the Great American Telephone Trivia Game is a lot of fun and real easy. Just call this number from your touch-tone phone. Select your favorite trivia category, the one you know the most about. Pick Pick either movies and TV or sports. You'll be asked 9 questions. They'll be the same or similar to the questions asked of our studio contestants. Answer 9 questions correctly and win $100 cash. You'll be charged $1.95 per minute. Get in on the fun. Why not call during this break? We'll be back with the second half of our show right after these messages.
Don't let a forest turn into this. Only you can prevent forest fires.
You know, hitting a windshield at 30 miles per hour is a lot like this.
I'd give you a 10, my friend, but you didn't keep your legs together.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Welcome back to the Great American Telephone Trivia Game. Here's your host, Art Fleming.
Well, it's time now for round 2 with our studio contestants. Greg and Renee both have 120 points. Now, we know that Greg's category is sports trivia. Renee also with 120. Her category is movie and TV trivia. The most exciting part of this game, of course, is that you can play telephone trivia right now in your home just by calling this number. Pick your favorite category, answer 9 questions correctly, and win $100 cash. You'll be charged $1.95 a minute. But now let's get back to our game here in the studio where we go with round 2. And remember, correct answers are worth 20 points each. Are you ready? All right, now, Renee. Actress Barbara Streisand not only starred in this film, but also sang the title song. What was the name of this movie? The Rose, which is number 1. 2, The Way We Were. 3, Love Story. Or 4, The Music Man.
The Way We Were.
That is right. Good for you. You get 20 points. Well, now, sports Greg, Jim Bouton won only 62 games in 10 seasons in the majors. He's probably better known as an author. What is the title of his best-selling book? 1, Ball 4, 2, The Natural, 3, 8 Men Out, or 4, Fear Strikes Out?
It's Ball 4, Art.
Right, good for you. Another 20 points. Nobody has missed one yet. Great, amazing. Movie and TV again, Renee. One of the most popular westerns in TV history ran on CBS and featured the adventures of the Marshal of Dodge City. What was the name of the long-running favorite? Was it Gunsmoke, Wagon Train, Bonanza, or Cheyenne?
Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke is right. Good for you. Oh, I'm glad you love those categories. In sports, Greg, this Atlanta Falcons defensive back has 2 careers. Football and baseball with the New York Yankees. Who is this colorful primetime player? 1, Bo Jackson. 2, Tony Gwynn. 3, Eric Dickerson. Or 4, Deion Sanders?
It's Deion Sanders.
Deion is right. Good for you. 160 apiece. Renee, this film, based on the true life adventures of 2 Washington Post investigative reporters, starred Dustin Hoffman and Robert Redford. Name this film. The Candidate, 7 Days in May, All the President's Men, or Advise and Consent.
I believe that was All the President's Men.
You believed correctly. Right you are for another 20 points. And now, Greg. Dwight Evans tied for the American League home run title with 22 in 1981. With what team was he playing when he hit 2 home runs in the 1986 World Series? Was it 1, the St. Louis Cardinals, 2, the Boston Red Sox, 3, the New York Mets, or 4, the Cincinnati Reds?
That was the Boston Red Sox.
Boston Red Sox, right, 180 apiece. You know, if you love trivia like our studio contestants do, why not get in on the action yourself? Just call this number with a push-button phone. Answer 9 trivia questions correctly and you win $100, okay? Let's continue now. Renee. She was a widow with a son who dreamed of being a singer. Instead, she was a waitress at Mel's Diner. What was her name and the name of this CBS sitcom? 1, Alice, 2, Abby, 3, Alexia, or 4, Allison?
That was Alice.
Alice is right. Good. Hey. 200 even, Renee. This is your sports question. George Gervin led the NBA in scoring 4 out of the 5 seasons from 1978 to 1982. Which NBA team did he play for at that time? Was it the Dallas Mavericks, 2, Atlanta Hawks, 3, the Denver Nuggets, or 4, the San Antonio Spurs?
That would be the San Antonio Spurs.
Gotta be, and it was correct. Oh, 200 you have. Here's movie and TV. Playing hooky was the theme of the film Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Funny movie. Who played the high school student and his one-day adventures? Was it Matthew Broderick, Rob Lowe, Martin Sheen, or Emilio Estevez? Renee?
I must have missed that movie. I would guess Rob Lowe.
No, I'm sorry, it was Matthew Broderick. Number 1, Matthew Broderick. Well, you have 200. Greg is at 200, but now he has a chance to move on ahead. With the sports trivia category, the late Billy Martin played for a total of 7 teams during his major league career, prior to becoming a successful manager. What was the first major league team he played for? Was it Boston Red Sox, 2, Philadelphia Athletics, 3, the Detroit Tigers, or 4, the New York Yankees?
Is it the Detroit Tigers?
No, it was the New York Yankees. New York Yankees. Interesting, they both missed at the 200-point level. Now, Renee, you're still in a tie. This movie was Dustin Hoffman's big break. It was about a young man who had an affair with an older woman played by Anne Bancroft. What was the title of this movie? Midnight Cowboy, The Graduate, Little Big Man, or The Misfits?
That was The Graduate, Art.
Right, good. You have 220 points. Now, Greg, sports. This runner gained more yards rushing than anyone in NFL history. Who was the Chicago Bear known by his nickname, Sweetness? Was it Tony Dorsett, Franco Harris, Gale Sayers, or Walter Payton?
It's Walter Payton.
Walter Payton is right. Good. Now, you know, our contestants here in the studio play for prizes. When you call this number from your home, you play for cash. Win $100 by answering a trivia question correctly in the category of your choice. Those are 9 now, just $1.95 a minute. 9 questions correctly, you win $100. Okay, let's continue with the cards. TV has its share of flops as well as hits. A recently quickly canceled show was titled Chicken Soup and starred what well-known comedian? Henny Youngman, 2, Jackie Mason, 3, Shecky Green, or 4, Rodney Dangerfield?
Jackie Mason.
That's right, Jackie Mason, good. Got a lot of publicity on that one. You have an even 300 points now. Greg, Tony Oliva and Rod Carew won a total of 10 batting titles with the Twins. In 1989, another twin came on the scene to win his first American League title. Who was he? Tom Bernansky, Kirby Puckett, Kent Rebeck, or Don Gladden? Dan Gladden.
That was Kirby Puckett.
That's right, Puckett it was. Good for you. 300 apiece. Here we come down now to the last 2 questions in round 2. This classic motion picture features Gary Cooper as a Western sheriff and Grace Kelly as his Quaker wife. What is the title of this Academy Award-winning movie? Was it High Noon, Shootout at OK Corral, The Outlaw, or Man with a Gun?
Was it High Noon?
High Noon is right. Good. For a moment, I didn't think you'd come up with it. 320 points. Your last question now, Greg, in this round. The New Jersey Nets of the NBA, like the New York Giants and Jets of the NFL, play their games in East Rutherford, New Jersey. What is the team's actual playing site? Is it 1, Capitol Center, 2, Meadowlands Arena, 3, Shea Stadium, or 4, Madison Square Garden?
Well, it's actually called the Brendan Byrne Arena. It's the Meadowlands Arena.
That's right. Good for you. Okay. Well, that concludes round 2 of our game with the scores exactly the same. And now it's time for our final trivia question worth 100 points. It requires some basic knowledge and common sense. You each have a separate question in your particular category, so please write in your answer on the board in front of you with the marker, and you'll have 60 seconds to come up with your answer. The correct answer is a 3-digit number. Remember, the correct answer is a 3-digit number. Each contestant who comes within 50 of the 3-digit numbers will receive the 100 points. Are you ready? Okay?
We're ready.
Renee, here is your movie and TV trivia final one. Remember, your answer is a 3-digit number. Here's the question. According to A.C. Nielsen, in a survey conducted in November of 1985, how many minutes per day does the average American spend watching television? You got that? Mm-hmm. Now, Greg, here is yours. Okay. Remember again, your answer is a 3-digit number. The question In 1989, the top two pitchers in the American League with the most strikeouts were Nolan Ryan and Roger Clemens. What was their combined total of strikeouts? Okay, good luck. While we're waiting for our contestants to answer the final trivia question, this is a good time for you at home to call this number right now and play the Great American Telephone Trivia game with your push-button phone. Pick your favorite category, movie and TV trivia or sports trivia. Unlike our studio game where we pit two players against each other, you'll be the only contestant. Just answer 9 questions correctly and you win $100 cash. The charge is $1.95 per minute. Call now, and remember you can even select a category within a category. If you pick movie and TV trivia, you can select movies before 1970 or movies after 1970 or all movies. Or you can choose TV before 1970 or TV after 1970 or all TV. Pick the category you do the best in. If you select sports trivia, you can choose from baseball, basketball, football, or general sports. All your questions will be in the category you select. Answer 9 correctly, and you win $100. All right, contestants, the time is up. We have a tie at this stage. Renee with 320, likewise Greg with 320. Let's find out what you gave us as the correct answer to the question. According to A.C. Nielsen, in a survey conducted in November of 1985, how many minutes per day does the average American spend watching television? The correct one was 270. 270 minutes. You came up with 412. That's more than the 50. Let's wait. You do not get the 100, but we have yet to hear from Greg. Now, in 1989, the top 2 pitchers in the American League with the most strikeouts were Nolan Ryan and Roger Clemens. What was their combined total of strikeouts? What was your answer? He has 430. The exact one was 531. 531. Neither one receives the 100 points. How about that? Huh? They both win our game. How about that? Wonderful, Renee and Greg.
It's yours.
Well, both of you are the new champions. Isn't that great?
That's right.
Well, that's it for this edition of Great American Telephone Trivia Game, the greatest game show on TV because you, the audience, can play right at home with your push-button phone. If you knew a lot of the answers to the questions here on the show, you'll probably do well when you play the game at home. The questions will be the same or similar to the ones you heard today. Just call this number, answer 9 questions correctly, and win $100. Why not call right now? We're going to keep our lines open for another hour. Okay? Until next time, this is Art Fleming. Thank you so much. So long for now.